So let's do a little review here.
Okay.
We started out with the preamble to the Code of Ethics of the National Association of Realtors. And remember that preamble was aspirational. Under all is the land, patriotic duties, morals, what's good and what's bad. The preamble kind of set the context for the Code of Ethics. And then we looked at each article of the Code of Ethics. And there are 17 articles. And remember that those articles are separated into 3 distinct categories. The first category being the realtor's duties to their principal, to their clients. And the next category being the realtor's duty to the public. And the last one being the realtor's duties to other realtors. And then we looked at the standards of practice of each article. And those standards of practice further clarify the articles. And remember, you can only be found in violation of an article. The standard of practice do nothing more than substantiate the charge. And then, very specifically, you can get case interpretations to further substantiate the standard and the article itself. So we see this Code of Ethics as being brought to us in parts, and know also that it hasn't been the same since it started out back in 1913.
No, it's a living document, and it changes as the brokerage industry changes and as issues come up. And as a matter of fact, in most recent years, in the last 10 or 12 years, there's been amendments to this code every single year. Those amendments, it goes through a rather lengthy process through the Professional Standards Committee of the National Association of Realtors. It's thoroughly reviewed. As we found out today, every word is precisely used. And then when it's adopted, it becomes effective January 1st of the following year. So every January 1st, we'll want to check and see about any new amendments to this code.
So we might see new interpretations, or we might see new standards, and we might even see new articles.
Right, and you know where we'll see them, I think, Saul, is in connection with the internet, because there are, things that are changing as far as advertising is going. It falls into place with the advertising rules we discussed. The domain names, for example, there was a recent case interpretation with domain names where we had a broker that was getting the domain names of all the competing brokerages in town. And then when people went to those sites, he would have it pointed to his site.
Oh, pretty shifty guy.
Yeah, but that is clearly covered under the standards and the case interpretations.
And so you can't do that.
But
initially there wasn't anything that said you couldn't do it, although you think common sense would indicate you couldn't.
Right, but you have to apply some of this to the new technology, and that's why I say again, this Code of Ethics is a living document.